everyone, and welcome to this episode of the ChatterCake podcast. Now, in the words of Lin-Manuel Miranda, I've got my right-hand man back. Biff is in the house. Aiden's back. Yes. How have you been, bro?
I'm all right, bro. Are you?
Yeah, man. So good to have you back.
I'm happy to be back and see your beautiful face again.
Yeah. It's been, how long is it? 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
Two
I've
weeks.
been off in the Canaries, love, sitting on the beach.
I bet you've just been playing golf all the time, haven't you, really?
No, I played golf today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I played golf today for the first time in 2 weeks, actually. But yeah, it's been a strange 2 weeks. You know, there's been a lot going on here and there in life. You know, personal things and whatever.
Sometimes you just need a break. Sometimes
you just need to step away a little bit and have a bit of time. So I've been kind of off social media for the last 2 weeks, and you know, I stepped away from everything like that. You know, and I feel better for it. Sometimes you just need to step back a little bit and have a breather. But I'm happy to be back and happy, like I said, happy to see your face again.
Yeah, it's really important, isn't it, to like have just to give yourself time.
Yeah, I think sometimes everybody, even with what's going on at the minute, like we keep talking about it, everything that's going on with Corona and the lockdown that's happened and is easing off now. I think it's easy to think that because of that and because everybody's lives in terms of work in our industry is very quiet at the minute, that, you know, everything's going to be quite peaceful, and it doesn't mean that life itself stops and that stress stops and all those kind of different worries that you have are going to go away. Because I can tell you firsthand that it doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, so I've had a few things to sort out, but you know, they're sorted. And well, I say sorted, they're on the mend. And yeah, I'm trying to get myself into a happier, healthier place.
Nice one, man. Nice one.
But yeah, trying to get myself in a happier, healthier place, and I just want to be a happier person. But yeah,
nice. It's so important, and for everyone listening as well, like, just take your time. There's no rush. Like, give yourself a break now and then. You know, tell yourself stop. Listen to your body. Yeah, I talked about this with Grace and Millie. You know, because Millie touched on it as well. Like, your well-being is so important, especially in a time like this as well. Yeah, I think
when it comes to like your well-being and stuff, going on from what you're saying, it's really important sometimes to just stop, collaborate, and listen. No, I think sometimes it's really important to just stop for a second and say, is what I'm doing right now, you know, giving me anything? Is it making me happy, you know, or is it dragging me down a little bit? You know, is where I am where I want to be? I mean, everyone at the minute isn't where they want to be, I suppose, really. Everyone's stuck in a bit of a rut at the minute. But I think especially now, during a time like this, it's important to treat yourself and you know, do your hair. Put like Millie said in the episode that you did with her and Grace, put a face mask on, put some cucumber on your eyes, sit and have a cup of tea for an extra 10 minutes longer than you would in the morning, watch a bit more TV than you normally would, read a book, do something that you know is going to bring you a bit of peace, a bit of calm.
Because in the words of RuPaul, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Going to get an amen up in here.
Amen, sister!
I have been watching so much RuPaul. It's unhealthy. Like, oh my God, I love her. She's brilliant. But we certainly have a lot to catch up on, don't we, Aiden, in terms of what's been going on in the news. So a couple of weeks ago, we were told...
industry!
I know. We were told a couple of weeks ago that open air productions could come back, or could start to slowly come back.
And it was announced that with that, it basically came at the exact same time that JCS was going to be performed open air at Regent's Park as a socially distanced performance.
Yeah. We've been told that what was going to happen, the 6 drive-through performance, has now been cancelled. Unfortunately. And then now we found out that as of August 1st, indoor performances can start to come back.
As long as they're socially distanced and go along with government guidelines.
Now,
but it is a step in the right direction.
Yeah. As excited as I am about this, I am sort of very, very cautious about it as well. And it's not going to be straight away, if we're doing social distance performances, it's not going to be financially viable for theatres. I don't think anyway, because if you think about it, it's like if a theatre puts on a show, and varying, like we've all seen that ticket sales are a massive, massive thing when it comes to
yeah, of
production
course.
staying afloat. So if you think of it like this, if a theatre sold 70% or 80% of its capacity,
yeah,
they would break even, or they would just get enough to sort of like hit their target. Now, if they're doing social distance performances, how many people are allowed in a theatre at a time? How many spaces?
I think it's about it works out. I don't know. These aren't facts and figures that I've looked at by looking at even from pictures that I've seen of where they, because they've literally gone along, taken out 2 seats, left 2 in, got taken out 2 seats, left 2 in, and I would imagine that being as that's the case, they've taken half seats, so I'm assuming it would be half capacity. Now, considering that most theatres on the West End, on average, for your mainstream theatres, you're looking at around about 1,400 seats, 1,300, 1,400 seats, something like that. So it's about half capacity. So you're looking at like 650, 700 people in per performance. How many how much producers are going to charge for tickets, whether it's going to be normal price, whether they're going to elevate the prices or drop the prices.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? It's a vicious circle, because if you up the prices, people are going to think, oh, that's too expensive to go. But if you keep them at normal prices, how long will it take for theatres to break even or to hit their target?
But then I do also think, in argument to that, I do also think that people, we talked about this weeks ago, but us as actors, we're so hungry to get back out there, so desperate to get back out, start working, auditioning, get onto the stage, be in front of a camera, all that kind of stuff. I also think that musical theatre in general, and, has such a huge fan base that I think there are people, quite a considerable amount of people, that will be desperate to go and see a show, be involved in watching a performance, and that will pay those, extended prices, the prices that have gone up, if that becomes the case.
I get it, and it's like me saying all this. To me, I sound myself like I'm sort of like hesitant about its return. I am so hungry for theatre's return, it's unreal. Like, I've missed it so much, as have you, I imagine. But it's like, it's not just the audience, it's the actors as well. Like, are you going to socially distance in dressing rooms? How many people to a dressing room at a time?
Yeah.
What about the ensemble dressing room? It's like, how prepared, or like what steps are they prepared to take? And will they be effective enough?
I don't know whether that's so much a government issue. I think there are obviously guidelines that are going to be, like it says, the announcement that has come out says indoor performances can take place from 1st of August, according to government guidelines. What are those government guidelines? I haven't heard so much about what they are, so I'm assuming that will come out further down the line. But in regards to what you were saying, you're right, mate?
It's like, sorry, I'm just thinking, like, people are asking, Boris has gone, theatres are allowed to return under government guidelines. And people have gone, but what are those government guidelines?
We don't know. It's just like...
That's his answer. Like, that is his answer. Like, he doesn't know himself. He's literally...
But it's like, will it become a governmental thing? Is it about what the government says? Or will it become more institutional in terms of... You can do a show indoors, and then it's producers that will have to decide how, because, obviously producers are going to have to think for the health benefit of their cast so that they can keep the show running. Because if somebody in their cast catches coronavirus, that's it. The show's closed. The theatre has to close again.
And then we're back to square one.
The health checks, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So is it going to become like a producer's issue? In terms of the actual show itself, when it goes up, is it going to be, essentially producers, you decide what happens in your doors. Like, you decide whether people have to come in, in wearing masks and stuff like that, and have to wear masks backstage until the very moment that they go on and step out from the wings and then they take the mask off? Or, how extreme is it going to be? Is that going to be up to the government? Is that going to be up to producers? I don't know.
And I'm also thinking about socially distanced performances as well. Like, love stories aren't going to be able to, do do what they do in normal productions. I mean, let's hope no one puts on a performance of Spring Awakening.
Spring Awakening. I was about to say, if somebody puts on Spring Awakening, that's going to be one awkward bed scene at the end of Act 1.
It's like they're in a king-size bed and they do like 5 rolls. They're like, then they're socially distanced.
They can stay at opposite ends of the bed, love. Keep it. It's a metre now, isn't it? It's not 2 metres.
Yeah. You can do Spring Awakening, but Melchior and Wendla are going to have to top and tail. There'll be no nippy.
No nippy.
That's a Friday night dinner reference.
No heavy petting in pool. Yeah. Well, talking about theatre's return, shall we talk to one of the most fabulous theatrical people that could possibly exist in the world? Oh,
yes. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I think, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to welcome the wonderful, the fabulous. Ladies and gentlemen, it's
Philip Joel.
Hey.
Hi, Philip. How are you?
Hey, boys.
How are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I took your advice from the message of make sure you've got a beverage in your hand.
Oh, yes, I need to open mine. I've got a lovely San Miguel.
Nice. Yes. Rum and Coke on the go over here.
Oh, yeah.
We like to keep it classy in the Midlands.
Oh, well, I've done a Bucks Fizz because it is 3 o'clock, so I didn't want my mum to think I've got a problem just yet. So I put a bit of juice in it, just to dilute it a little bit. But
yeah,
brilliant.
I mean, I'm having one time ago because I'm playing football later, and I've actually seen that you've played a lot of football, some football, judging by your Instagram stories.
Yeah, absolutely hate it. Yeah. Yeah. My eldest nephew, he is football mad, and I babysat him the other day, and it was probably like the worst 18 hours of my life. The best bit was bed. But yeah, we just played football, talked football, watched YouTube football. So then when he went to bed, I was like, oh my God, type National Theatre musical. It was all my best bits of Patti LuPone.
You didn't watch Bend It Like Beckham, did you?
Oh, no, I did audition for the musical a couple of years ago.
Oh, did you?
I got cut first round, shockingly. But I mean, I wore all the gear, no idea, to be honest with you, in that audition. But it was fabulous, yeah. But so I've done my football bit, but it's not for me. But you enjoy your little match later on.
Yeah, it's certainly not for me either. I'm not one of those.
No, I love it.
I'm not one of those.
Fortunately, I love it. But other than that, what else have you been up to, Philip?
Well, I've been doing online classes at colleges and kind of doing a couple more Q&As, and then when I felt like it, I made a couple of Instagram videos. And
love your Instagram videos.
Oh, they're amazing.
The worst thing is they come out they just come out of nowhere. So people think I've sat there for days writing them on end, and they've taken about 5 minutes to write down on a notepad. The idea comes like when I'm like in the shower or having like an eaten mess or something, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'll put that online and we'll see what happens with it. So
how is that? The little question for you. You said you've been teaching online and stuff. So obviously before all of this happened, I know you were teaching, working like as a choreographer, dance teacher, all that kind of stuff at drama schools. Has this kind of affected your teaching, your sudden rise to internet? You're becoming an internet celebrity in a way. Sure. Has it affected how people treat you in classes and stuff?
Well, they've actually got cheekier, because I now say to them, guys, is there anything that you want to cover, that you felt like other teachers haven't covered? Or obviously, before the pandemic that, it just hasn't happened. And they all say, oh, we haven't really discovered the Fosse Forest Ballet yet. And I'm like, right, get out of class, get out, they're going to come up with really sensible answers. Is there any workshop shows that you want me to do that I was in? And they're like, yeah, I'd really like to learn the dance break for the Fosse Forest Ballet. I'm like, nah, this is where it can stop, Amazing. It has been a bit of a laugh, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
They've been sweet. Yeah. And it's been
Amazing.
tough. I would have been awful when I was at college to have done online classes and try and stay as disciplined as most of them have been. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's been a huge challenge for a lot of them. And I mean, we kind of got a lucky break, myself and Brad and the rest of our cohort, you know, and our year of drama school. We just got it timed perfectly in the fact that we've already graduated. I just feel so terrible for all of those guys that are just about to graduate, just about to go out into the big wide world, which is hard enough. But to have all this happening in the middle of it is...
Well, I mean, and the worst bit is, for the dance teachers, you can't mark anything. So, like, I had 6 dance classes the other day, and I had to do 6 warm-ups. I couldn't walk by the end of it. I was there like, oh my God. I was like, this body cannot do it anymore. I was just there like, star jump, star jump. So I was like...
How much do you miss teaching actual physical classes and like choreographing for shows? Because we know that you choreographed PPA's chess.
I did,
right? Yeah.
Amazing. It's like, it's so difficult when everyone's on mute, for example, and you're trying to choreograph the dance with everyone and you just feel nothing. You've got no inspiration coming to you and you're literally just there like, I just miss a bit of banter and kind of playing off each other for a bit of inspiration with the cast and stuff. So yeah I can't wait for that. Because it has been quite tricky at some points where you're literally just there like, what do you want from me? What else do you want from me at this time? But yeah, and it's all good. It's all good. You know, we're slowly can see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've just had a little bit, you know, a glimmer of hope of good news, haven't we? That you know, theatre is supposedly, fingers crossed, to be coming back, indoor performances to be coming back on the 1st of August that have been okayed by Boris and his cabinet.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's just slowly but surely, but it's better than nothing. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we will see for sure.
And we've obviously had the amazing news of Frozen as well. That I know it's been delayed, but the casting's been announced. I think that's given everyone a bit of a boost. I saw your tweet as well about one of our classmates, Danielle Firmania.
Oh, do you know her? Oh,
yeah, Danielle. So Danielle, she was in our year at GSA.
I saw her in *And Juliet*, and like she was doing her ensemble track, and like she probably only had like 2 solo lines, and I was like, who the hell is that? You know, like,
anytime I see Danielle on stage now, I just say, she played my mom in Shrek. That's the bit I get really excited about.
For the rest of her life as well. Don't ever let her forget that.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah,
she's a star. She always has been a star.
She was all the way through drama school, and she is now. Like, I'm so proud of her. And she's so. How old is she now?
She was younger than us. So I thought I was one of the youngest in our year, but I think Danielle was 17 when she started at GSA. So I think Danielle is now 20.
Wow.
Or about to go 21. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And she's already done The Colour Purple, then *And Juliet, and now she's going into Frozen as first cover Elsa, with Cameron, who was also in our year, who's going in as first cover Hans, to Oliver Ormson, who was in Back to the Future with me. And yeah, it's...
I mean, we know that press night party is going to be good, don't we?
Oh, it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be going off.
Oh, there's not going to be something called a budget in that one, let me tell you. Not be drink at that party, so...
I think I might have to see if I can sneak myself into that press night.
Oh yeah, well if you do, let me know and I'll come and join you.
Oh, absolutely! I'll take you as my +1, darling.
Well, you know what I'll do? I'll try and get a plus. I'll try and get like the Fosse Forest ballets in, and then come with me.
Just take like 500 of us. Yeah. They're all my +1s.
Speaking of press night, another one of my favourite videos of yours, Philip, is the press night video. You're like, "Hi, how you doing?" Never met her before.
So true, and this is the problem with the videos. It's like a couple of messages from people have either been like, "Is that based on me?" ? And my answer is, if you think it's based on you, you've got to have a little quick look at you in the reflection. And then it's like all been there in those press nights where you're like, "What is going on?" But I love them.
They're so accurate. They're scarily accurate. And you know what? It made watching them. It made me think, oh my God, these videos just make me miss like the industry and everything that goes on around it. And you know what, we say thank you to you for reminding us what it's like, what it was like in lockdown.
I think what's been great as well is, you know, I think sometimes within our industry, I think sometimes people can forget to enjoy themselves. I think sometimes people get you can, because it's our industry, that being a performer, being an actor, it's so easy to get inside. I know this firsthand. It's so easy to get inside your own head, you know. And I think sometimes you forget that you do it because you love it and you want to have fun. It's all about having fun and playing and basically being a big kid. That's what theatre's about.
And also, I just kind of sometimes actually this industry has no rules. And actually, you know, I think if anything that I would hope these videos have done is made people realise that creatives or producers, directors, we're all just people, you know, you know, we're just the same as each other, you know, just some people have a bit more of a responsibility to put a show on. But, you know, I just hope kind of at the end of it, people won't, like you said, have a bit more fun with it and don't take life and this industry too seriously.
Yeah, because I think what your videos have kind of showed me as well, without getting too deep, you know what I mean? They are just fun videos that you create and, you know, have a laugh with. But I think it kind of shows as well, going on from what you've just said, that it's easy to forget as well that, you know, creatives, choreographers, producers, directors, they're just as nervous half the time as the performers in the room are. And I think it's so easy to forget that when you go into a room, just because you're there as an actor, and in a, you know, when you think about it, technically you're lesser than they are on the pecking order, but it's easy to forget that they most of the time are, you know, shitting a brick, as so to figuratively speak.
This. I've never been so fucking nervous when I saw Pamela Anderson attempt my choreography on that stage, darling. There I was shaking. Do you know what I mean? I was there like, oh, go on, babe, grapevine that way. I was there at the back of the stools like, that way.
Oh, God, brilliant.
Something that we're awaiting when theatre does return, or not in theatre anyway, just in general, is the Fosse Forest Ballet, which we've already discussed. But tell us more about the Fosse Forest Ballet, because I certainly want to know more about it.
As in, what the plan is for it? Or...
Yeah, I mean, if you can tell us the plan for it.
Yeah, so it's been picked up to make a pilot episode. We've written the pilot. That's already done. And it's virtually all cast from the last meeting we had. So we are now just waiting for the moment that we can film it safely. Because obviously we don't want to film it and everyone's 2 meters apart, because at some point we will get away from this COVID. And I've got this pilot episode where everyone's wearing a mask. 2 meters apart and none of it makes sense. So the plan is, when we can film it safely, we will start to film it. You know, I don't think, because I'm playing 5 of the characters within the pilot, it shouldn't take too long to film, because most of it is me. We do have some special guests on the pilot, which I can't announce, but we do have some special actors joining. And yeah, that's kind of where we're going with it at the moment. So, and then we will see what happens with it. But there's some other things which I can't say yet, what to announce as well with it. So some exciting things to announce. So,
and so for anybody that so for example, anybody that hasn't that is watching, that doesn't know what the Fosse Forest Ballet is, or how it came about or anything like that, could you just briefly explain what it is, how it like became an idea and all that kind of stuff?
I made these Instagram videos, and like, I didn't write any of the scripts for any of these Instagram videos. I just kind of filmed myself mucking about, edited them together to create. Oh,
you're a natural, darling. You're a natural.
Oh, darling, what can I say? The comedy just falls out. And just stupidly, I said the line Fosse Forest Ballet, and people picked up on it and thought it was funny, and now it's a thing. But it was never intentionally ever supposed to be a thing, apart from a 3-second sentence within a...
So it was a happy mistake.
Oh, massive. The whole thing in lockdown's been a mistake. None of this has been... You know, people are like, oh my goodness, like, how do you feel? And I'm like, it's me just mucking about in isolation, making a couple of people laugh. And then, but ta-da, you know, but none of it's been intentional. I didn't go, yes, COVID's happened, let's become a online sensation.
Oh, amazing.
COVID's been quite good to me, actually. I mean, I haven't had it, but I mean, I've done quite well. You know, I've been very lucky with the videos and stuff. So, but yeah, just a bit of a laugh, really. So
amazing.
Yeah, so that's how it all
Nice.
comes about. And now occasionally I just release a video now and again about the industry, and if people like it, they're great. If they don't, that's all right, you know. So
Let's just hope your next one isn't about podcasters asking you to come on podcasts.
oh, no, I've already got the next one lined up.
Have you?
Yeah, it's been one in the pipeline for a while, so I'll be releasing that sometime soon. But yeah, that one's already.
It's nothing to do with actors suddenly dyeing their hair when they go into lockdown, is it?
I
don't know whether it was a nervous breakdown choice or whether it's just that I've got a bit of freedom now in terms of how I look.
Well, I was going to say, but if you don't do it now, when you did it when we're back in the audition room, the agent will have a go at you that you don't look like your headshot, right? So you might as well enjoy it as you can.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you look good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But the only person I've heard that from is my mum, because she's one of the only 5 people that's seen it. But
so is this an exclusive then?
Oh yeah, it's an exclusive. Hi guys.
There you go.
Vogue, you know.
Living the dream.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a shock when I came on the Zoom call this morning or this afternoon, and I saw it. I was like, "Oh, let me get me some glasses."
I like very dashing.
My hair is. I mean, I've had to wear a hairband. I've never wore a headband in my life. When I've got a headband on, it's actually surprisingly really comfy. I might just get used to this because I've decided to grow my hair. I've never grown my hair before in my life.
Is that so, like you said earlier about Les Mis, so you can get back into the audition room? Are you going for Valjean when it comes back?
Yes.
Oh, natural.
Yes.
Oh, isn't it that always has that long hair? It's always him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I'm not a Marius. Let's face it. I mean,
no.
I like to dream. I dream to dream.
God. Oh.
Puns for days. But yeah. My hair is it's so long. And the thing is, I've got naturally curly hair as well. So I mean, it just naturally
out though. Mine goes into like a mini fro. So I've had to cut mine because I started to look quite odd. Yeah. So, and when I got my pilot, I was like, "Oh, need a haircut now, Phil. Need to start
It
taking."
looks lovely.
Oh, thanks.
You look very suave. Yeah.
I'm going to take the compliments. I haven't had any in a while. So
oh, brilliant!
Especially with the Adidas T-shirt on as well.
It was
repping the Adidas.
Oh yeah.
It was
and I saw you
after yesterday. So.
Oh yeah, how was your birthday?
Yes. Oh yeah, George. I'm in Cornwall at the moment, so I'm just, I mean, there's only a certain amount of things you can still do, So, like, went to the beach, but, like, a remote beach because you didn't want to get near anyone because we've got the, holiday makers down at the moment. So that was gorge. And then spent time with the family last night. And then I was like, right, bye, I've had enough.
Whereabouts are you in Cornwall, then?
Truro.
Oh, I love Truro. I used to holiday quite a lot in Newquay and St. Ives. Yeah, St. Ives and Newquay. Yeah, so are you originally from Cornwall then?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I thought I don't know why I got a feeling that you were London born and bred.
Well, that's probably because of I think I'm quite posh, but sometimes people say that I sound quite Essexy because I went to performers.
Yeah, right, okay.
And then obviously moved to London, and I've been in London for 12 years. But yeah, Cornish, but I just never got the accent. It was like,
right, okay.
Up like that little, oh no, I don't want that accent.
Well, you can keep that well away.
They're like 7 years old. Oh no, thank you.
We were discussing accents a couple of weeks ago, weren't we, Aidan?
We were indeed.
Because me and Aidan found this news story. A woman had a stroke, and then she woke up with something called foreign accent syndrome.
Fabulous.
And she spoke with an Essex accent, and she woke up and she just speaks in either a Polish, French, or Italian accent based on her mood. It's so weird.
And it's a medical condition.
Yeah. That just sounds to me like an actor after several double vodkas, is what that sounds like to me.
Yeah.
That's a method actor.
Well, that's when an advert breakdown goes out, isn't it? And the agent goes, can you do a Polish accent? And you're like, yeah, whatever. How much is the buyout? $8,000, yeah, I'll make it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just teach myself now.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
Imagine if they made her story into like a TV pilot or something. Like the spotlight breakdowns would have to be right. We need someone who can do an Essex accent, a Polish accent, Italian, French.
I mean, it would be wouldn't it?
Well, there's an idea for you, Philip. Why don't you turn that into one of your Fosse Forest ballet characters? One of the characters for the pilot, a woman who can only speak in 3 different languages depending on her mood in an audition.
Yeah, the problem is I'm crap at accents. But I see where you're going with it. But when I went to voice at college, I never did very well. Everything just went back to my normal accent. I was naff. I'll try it. Maybe the joke is I'm naff.
No, I'm sure you're fine. I'm sure you're brilliant.
I miss voice classes. Just love them.
Well, I bet at GSA, though, you were all good, weren't you? That's the thing.
I think so. I think some of my voices are a bit questionable.
I mean, your Irish is all right, isn't it, Aidan, considering you made up your monologue?
Oh, God.
Oh, did you have to write your own?
Actually, this is a story that nobody knows.
No, he didn't have to write his own.
I didn't make up my Irish. I made up my Southern American. It was another
Southern American.
I won't mention his name in case he doesn't want this news being out. But there was one guy in our year that made up a monologue. We had to do a monologue in an Irish accent. He turned up on the day and hadn't learnt one, so he got up and made up a monologue on the spot about a bomb. It was literally called The Bomb. And he made up the name of the play and everything as well. And a few weeks later, I did the exact same thing but for Southern American. And I hadn't learnt a monologue. You know, I'd been really lazy with it, hadn't learnt a monologue, didn't know what I was doing. So I just got up on the spot, improvised a monologue for our voice teacher to say, that was brilliant, amazing. Can you let me know the name of that monologue? Because I've never heard of the writer before. And I was like, I just don't know, because I just made it up.
Didn't she ask you what the name of the play was as well?
Yeah, I had to make up a play name and all this kind of stuff.
Get away with it.
Yeah.
Oh, great, amazing.
I think it'd be terrible. I wouldn't be telling the story if I didn't, but yeah, I got away with it somehow.
Oh, I remember hearing about that. I found it so funny. I was like, only you could get away with that.
But then that means you're a good actor. Do you know what I mean? If you can, it's not about you getting away with the Southern American monologue. It's that you can then convince the teacher that it's legit.
Yeah,
that's when you know you're a good actor.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah. We're in lockdown. You're not going to get many left, you know.
Oh God.
Yeah, I love you.
So,
yes,
during lockdown, have you done any like Zoom quizzes, or have you done any like gatherings as such?
Absolutely awful. Well, the thing is that people have done quizzes, and I haven't known any of the categories. Do you know what I mean? Like they've been like sports. I'm like, no. And I missed football, which I wish if I did one now, I'd probably nail it. But yeah, I missed my mate's musical theatre quiz, which I'm gutted about. That was probably the one day I could have like quite excelled in, to be honest with you. But so I'm willing not to go back to a Zoom life of quizzes. Actually, not to a quiz life at all, to be honest with you. But yes, I mean, they've been all right. I've had some lovely with you guys as well, some lovely little Q&A sessions as well, which have been great. Just a bit gutted I never invested in Zoom before this happened. You know, I would be a multimillionaire.
Well, it's funny. I don't actually know if you know this. If you listened, then you may or may not know. I don't know. We were actually on the same radio show on the same day, being interviewed by the same person.
We were?
Yeah.
Who was that?
So Callum Wallace, and it was for Tamworth Radio or 24601 Radio. And you were on just before me, talking all about Fosse Forest Ballet and all that kind of stuff. And then I came on 2 minutes later to talk about Back to the Future. Yeah. And then I was like, well, he's coming on our show soon. So
yeah, you had to plug that one.
I was like, plug that for me, babes. But yeah.
Actually, you've got more of an exclusive about the Fosse Forest than they have. So
boom! That's what we want to hear.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Get in. What I wanted to know is that would you like to take part in the quiz right now, Mr. Philip Joel?
Yeah, go on then. I'm nervous.
All right. I've got a feeling you might like this one. All right, it's time to play.
On the nose.
So this is on the nose, and we've already pre-explained the rules to Philip. So are you guys ready?
Ready.
As
All right.
always.
All right. So these questions are about Bob Fosse himself,
Oh, crap. Okay.
forests, and ballet.
That's brilliant.
I'm going to fail. I'm going to lose.
No, honestly, Philip, I think you're going to do much better than I ever could.
All right. First question.
Yeah.
What year was Bob Fosse born? You got 10 seconds.
Oh,
Your time
crap.
starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold up your answers and say what you've got.
No, you go first. I can't-
Oh, where's the... I can't find it on my paper. I have written it. 1943.
I was going to say,
Right.
I was about to go. I said 1950, but I think that's wrong. Because
Can reveal the correct answer is 1927.
what?
Wow, really?
27, yeah. He died in 87.
Oh, yes, I knew he died then, but he died quite young.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I
I
was
think he
thinking.
was
I thought he died in like his I thought he died in his like late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah, he was 60.
Oh,
It
wow.
was time to be the countdown, which threw me, to be honest with you. But okay, now
You're used to doing the counting in, aren't you, darling? Not being counted down.
exactly. Go 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 1, and go. No, you're cut. Yeah.
All right, next question. How many Tony Awards did Bob Fosse win for Best Choreography? Your 10 seconds starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What have you got?
I said 3.
Ooh. 7.
Ooh, Aidan, you were one off. It's 8.
Oh.
All for choreography, because I know he got loads for direction.
Yeah, so he won Best
Philip,
Choreography
if
for...
you just had another squiggle to the side of your 3 and...
Oh,
I got-
yeah.
I got
Yeah! On the nose! Amazing!
He won Best Choreography for The Pajama Game, Damn Yankees, Redhead, Little Me, Sweet Charity, Pippin, Dancing, and Big Deal.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I thought I haven't heard of half of them.
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't heard of
and I thought he
6 of those 8.
Pippin, which is why. So I heard of those 4, and then was like, I think he got it for director. But alas, you have that point there, darling.
He was nominated for Chicago, but didn't win it, which is surprisingly.
Oh, wow.
I know. All right, next question.
Oh God, here we go. This is about Forrest, isn't it?
No, this is the last one about Bob Fosse.
Oh, okay.
All right, okay. For how many films was Bob Fosse credited as a director? Your 10 seconds starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What have you got?
I've gone for
A white piece of paper.
6.
See, I went for 3 because I could only name 3 that he did.
I can reveal the answer. Is 5.
Oh, what were the other? Read them out.
They were Sweet Charity, Cabaret, Lenny, All That Jazz, and Star 80.
Oh, I'm assuming All That Jazz must have been like it must have been. What would it have been? It must have,
Well, that was with his wife Anne, wasn't it? So
would it have just been like a compilation of his choreography and musicals he's worked on and stuff? Almost like a
I think because
review
he
film?
was the director and choreographer for Sweet Charity, Cabaret.
Yeah.
Or he was the screenwriter, director, and choreographer for All That Jazz, and he was the screenwriter and director for Star 80.
Oh wow!
So have you seen Fosse Verdon?
No.
No, was it on Netflix for a while? Or is it on Netflix?
Or it was on BBC or something like that. So this is where I'm getting my information from. Because they never mentioned the other two.
Ah, right, okay.
Because there are some that he wasn't. He was the director, but he wasn't credited.
Okay.
Which is really weird. All right. Next question. The largest forest in the world is the Amazon, but to the nearest 100,000, how many square kilometers is it? And I'll give you a clue. It's in the millions.
Okay.
Square kilometers.
Your 10 seconds starts now.
To the nearest 100,000.
Yes. 5, 4.
Oh, I don't know.
3, 2, 1. What we got?
Oh, I've gone for 3,400,000.
What have you got, Philip?
I went for 8,600,000.
It is 5,500,000.
Ooh.
Who gets the point there?
I don't know.
To be honest with you, I don't really care. I'm just having a lovely time.
Let's just say Philip. Philip's got the point there.
Do you know what? That's the best answer I've ever received. I don't care. I'm having a lovely time.
Yeah, to be fair, like as in Aiden with the whole thing, I don't really mind. It's great.
I think it actually was me, but I don't care. Let's give Philip a point.
Yeah, let's give Philip the point. All right.
Don't patronising point.
Pity points.
Yeah.
Oh God. That's like when you go to an audition, you say you got a bad leg, so they just put you through to recalls because they feel bad.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's when you know you can't sing and you say you're a bit sore that day.
Let's just give them a recall. Let's just give them the recall.
Make them happen.
All right, next question. This is about ballet now.
Oh, okay.
Now, I really like this fact in this question. What is the world record for the most consecutive pirouettes?
Oh.
Right, are we talking on the don? Are we talking on day or are we talking open pirouettes? What are we talking here, dear?
Philippa Crowley Smith, what are we saying here?
Head of dance at school.
I think they're on day or, I think.
I'm joking, dear.
On day or, out the door, on the don, the other one.
Yeah.
I think I've got a good idea, actually.
All right. What we got?
22.
Oh, I feel like I've gone a bit too extreme. I've gone for 48. Oh, why is it not? It doesn't.
Right. Are you ready for this? Right. So, the world record for most pirouettes was recorded in 2013 by a 10-year-old called Sophia Lucia, and she achieved 55 pirouettes in a row.
Was she on one of those boards?
Yeah. Was she wearing socks?
I don't know. Right.
Socks.
It's not a world record, then, is it?
Socks, laminate floor.
Yeah. Name one musical that has that. Go on.
Shout out to all those dance teachers. Tell me how many musicals you see somebody wearing jazz shoes in, please.
I mean, that's very impressive, though. I'm pleased for her.
Oh my God, Aidan! Do you remember when we did Les Mis and we always got told off for not wearing jazz shoes in the rehearsal?
Yeah. Why? Who? I'm not going to go and see Les Mis in the West End, am I? And see Valjean wearing jazz shoes.
Yeah, but he was actually a very good jazz technician, Valjean. Out in the music, but him and Matt Mattox were very good friends.
Oh goodness me!
Fontaine, my jazz boot. Yeah.
Okay, final question.
Mm-hmm.
What was the average retirement age of ballet dancers in the 1990s? Your 10 seconds starts now.
I don't know.
Where have you found this information?
Yeah, I don't know whether it's like one extreme or the other. I'm trying to think what extreme it would be.
I mean, I would say 19 because let's face it, he wants a career in it. But I'm going to be outrageous and say
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What you got?
I've gone for 26 because I don't really know how to feel about it.
What have you got, Philip?
A 35 because I feel like they're hardcore.
The correct answer is 29.
Oh, lightweight.
Oh, wow.
Lightweights.
My friends are principals at the Royal Ballet now, and they're like nearly 40. So
Really?
yeah.
I'd love to be able to do ballet properly.
Were they taught by you, dear? You've taught them that sustainable technique. That's what it is.
Well, I said to him, do you know what? In a couple of years, there's going to be this thing called Corona, so enjoy it while you can.
Oh, brilliant.
Never know when you'll be on stage again, I said. Aidan, well done. You definitely won that, and I'm super proud.
Thank you very much. But thank you so much for playing with us.
Oh, I mean, it was a joy. I've learned so much in an afternoon.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, in the dream.
Educational and fun. That's what we like.
Yeah, I'm going to call my mum up now and be like, you will not believe how many pirouettes this girl did.
There's a video of it on YouTube, and it's just.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I've watched it. It's ridiculous. I think she was on Dance Mums years ago.
Oh,
Have you ever watched that?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of enjoyed it, and then it kind of got to a point where I was like, oh, she's bullying kids, so maybe not so much. But as in, I mean, it's all reality TV, isn't it? It's all just a bit of a...
Yeah.
Sort of a guilty pleasure, isn't it, really?
Yeah, my guilty pleasure is Selling Sunset. Have you watched that on Netflix?
No, but
I have heard about it, though.
If you like multi-million-dollar properties, and with your £7 bottle of Prosecco going, I wouldn't pay $9 million for that, and then realising you don't even have £9 in your account. But you become a bit of like a snob going, that is not worth 80 million. I wouldn't pay it. I'm not paying it. That's what happens. Selling Sunset, it's a bit of, go and watch it. It's good.
I love watching Grand Designs. I love watching Grand Designs and just sitting there and watching some of the abominable choices that people go for. Yes. And then realise they've ruined their own lives by having a kitchen that's shaped like, the letter S.
I tell you what you do need to go and watch is YouTube Kim Kardashian's fridge.
Right, I'm writing this down right now.
Kim Kardashian's fridge.
Kim Kardashian's light switches.
Kim Kardashian's fridge, right there.
It's honestly the most fascinating house you will ever see.
What's so special about her light switches, though?
Okay, so I'm going to show you. So, in other words, so you've got a light switch, like, a normal person's light switch, a light house.
Yeah.
Kim's are in the wall. So there's none of this that sticks out. So you'll see it on YouTube, but instead it's like she just swipes her finger over it on the wall.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing, though.
It really is. And then her bathroom, she doesn't have what we have, like a normal sink. It's like a flat table which just slowly declines and then goes back up again, but it's not a sink that we know, and it's absolutely it is stunning. I wouldn't want it because now I've been watching Selling Sunset. I know, but as in it is.
I've seen more sensible options on how to spend my money.
Yes, I wouldn't. But just it only take about 15 minutes. Her fridge, her light switches, her bathroom. It is absolutely fascinating.
Amazing.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and watch it straight after this. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Because otherwise I would never have had time to see Kim Kardashian's light switches and then look at mine and be so disappointed. Like, I'm now a failure. I'm like this. Oh, well done. You need to work harder for the Fosse Forest.
Yeah, so the one more question that I had really was, I know that at the minute, obviously, you've been working on Fosse Forest Ballet and your videos online, and that all stemmed from being in the lockdown, being stuck at home, and, creative juices were flowing, and you just felt like you had to get something out there. But I know you've been working quite a lot as a choreographer, and you've been building up your reputation as a choreographer and have become quite established in that, side of the arts. But you also had quite a healthy and expansive musical theatre performance career and a career as an actor. So I know it's hard to judge when you're currently in the position of being a creative and a choreographer, but do you think if you got an offer tomorrow to go back out on stage as a performer again, but you could say, for example, if somebody said to you, let's imagine a situation, somebody said to you, you can go back out on stage, and work for the rest of your life as an actor, but you could never work as a choreographer again. Do you think, do you think that'd be a yes, a no, or a...
To be honest with you, I was very lucky that I had that moment that I knew I didn't want to perform anymore.
Right, okay.
And I remember, I mean, so if you could offer me go and play Carmen in The Producers again, the answer would be yes.
Right.
To be honest with you, I was just so naughty in that show from start to finish, and it was just right, and I loved every moment of it. And but when I was in Oklahoma, like I used to get notes going, so when you wave goodbye, can you all slowly go off? And you've never seen someone pelt to get off stage quick because I was like, thank you very much, like this, bye, and I knew that was going to be my last bow, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I kind of had a bit of
I know this is quite a personal question to ask, but from you saying that, it sounds a bit like, in a way, you kind of lost your love for the performing side of things. Is it that you lost your love for it, or you just kind of had enough and you'd done what you wanted to do? So,
well, but also the show was difficult for me. Like I was the oldest ensemble member, and I just remember being like, you had the young whippersnappers who were just like, oh, I'll do the 5 pirouettes and the flips, and I was there like, yeah, I'll be at the back doing this. And I was really happy for it. Where I used to be that person that would be like, oh, I want to be at the front and all of this. Yeah. And I was just happy to be at the back. And I just remember just being, saying to myself, I remember it was the last show on the Saturday night. And I said to myself, and I called my mum, and I said, this is my last bow on a stage in my career tonight. And I knew it. And I just went, it's not for me anymore. And it was kind of like saying goodbye to like a loved one, but knowing it was going to happen. You know what I mean? I don't regret it. I don't miss it. I know
it sounds silly, but an analogy, or it almost did it feel a bit like, because the way you describe it sounds a bit like feeling like leaving drama school. You know what I mean? When you know it's going to happen, it's like saying goodbye to that comfort blanket, but it's also like, I'm kind of ready to say goodbye to this now.
And it got to a point where I was kind of in a bit of a weird career position where I was known as a choreographer. So people were like, oh my God, I'm like, why is Philip being an assistant choreographer or also ensemble in the show when I've also auditioned for him 6 months ago for his UK tour? And like, people just couldn't decide what I was in the industry. They were like, is he a choreographer? Is he a performer? What is he? And I was like, well, I'm both, but people can't cope with that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So I just kind of was like, look, I get the adrenaline kick now from being a performer. My biggest adrenaline rush is watching opening night and giving my cast that, and watching them do my work. And I'm very happy to be that person clapping them in the audience rather than being the person taking the applause. Because I had, 10 years as a performer. I was very lucky. I did the shows I wanted to do. I did the parts I wanted to play. And I was happy to kind of give up the performing when I had to. Or when I wanted, not when I was forced to, because I wasn't forced to, because I got offered. But I went, it's not for me anymore.
You just felt that your career was ready to go on to a next step, if that makes sense. You were ready to move on to something different within your career.
Because I was, how old was I? So I was 29 when I did Oklahoma, and I just remember just being like, the knees can't hack it, babe. Like the knees. Do you know what I mean? You laugh. When you hit that age, you're going to message me and you're going to be like, I understand what you said about the knees. When I was in Fame, Fame was my first musical, and like I did the show and it was exhausting, and I was like ready to go again 10 minutes later, like no way. You know, after one show of Oklahoma, I was like, I need a week off. Oh, I've got 2 shows tomorrow. Yeah, I was very lucky, and I'm very honoured to have had the career I've had. But yes, I'm willing for other people now to take the applause. Definitely.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
That was quite deep. Well done. I quite like that one.
No, I was just intrigued to know, because I know quite a few people that have taken the step of, if you want to call it that, a step, a leap, more so. Of going from jeté, yes, that's it, darling, and jeté, from performer to creative, whether that be choreographer, director, assistant director, or producer, even in some cases. And it intrigues me to know, because I know that at some point in my future, I'm working as an actor at the minute, and I am, well, not right now, but I am a working professional, as is Brad, and it's like, I've got to start now to think of, in years to come, how am I gonna, when I get to that point of I physically can't perform anymore. Yeah,
I think it will naturally happen. I don't think. I mean, you guys, I don't want to sound this to be patronising, but you guys are so fresh out of college. Like, you've just got to enjoy the industry you can, as in, and when you can. But you never know what will happen in life. So as in, of course. If you get a part, like I never thought I'd play Carmen in The Producers, and I got offered it. And it was a dream role, but I never thought The Producers would come back when I did it. So I'm really pleased that I had the opportunity to play it. But like I said, like, it never felt like work, where Oklahoma felt like work, if that makes sense. And then I was like, no, I'm willing to move on.
My problem is I'm just too impatient. Like, I want everything to happen now, but then I'm like, no, it doesn't happen for some people. And I had a hard time realising that, like, at the end of last year. But now I realise, especially with COVID and stuff, like, it's just kind of like, just ride the wave.
I mean, especially, we've said this before, but especially with what's going on at the minute, and this kind of pause, let's call it a pause, in life and in work.
The interval.
Us. Yeah, the interval. Your stages, that is. You kind of just have to take each day as it comes. And, I just wouldn't, I'm trying not to get my hopes too high for anything. I'm just taking each day as it comes, and I'm saying whatever happens, and, it happens for a reason. But I just keep telling myself I will get there. I will do the things I want to do in life, whether it takes me a day, a month, a year, 10 years, it will happen, because I'm going to manifest it to myself.
And I think right now it's just kind of, everyone is all in the same boat, aren't we? We're all in the same.
Absolutely.
We're not allowed to work. We can't work. Blah 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 blah. So as in, we might as well just embrace it, because the moment this all finishes and ends is the moment that we're all going to be comparing ourselves to other people's successes again.
Yeah.
I think it's been really lovely that actually people that I look up to and people that have inspired me have been like, right now, none of us are working.
Yeah, everyone's in the same boat, in the case that, obviously there's a hierarchy in the industry, and there's, I look up to so many, West End stars, Broadway stars, and I'm like, if I ever met these people, I'd be starstruck. I wouldn't know what to say. But looking at them now, they're in the exact same position as I am. I was a working actor, doing a show, got home on the Sunday, the show's cancelled because of coronavirus, and all of the people that I look up to, all the people I've idolised since I was a young boy that started out doing theatre, those people are in the exact same position, and they've been, stay at home, and you can't go to work, shows are stopped, and it's shit, to pardon my French, shit for everyone at the minute.
So if you could meet one Broadway / West End star, who would it be? And that's for both of you.
Well,
I've already met one of them.
Yeah, I had the privilege of singing for
Patti
LuPone last year.
Gorgeous.
And it was on my birthday as well, and I was like, best birthday present ever. Thanks, Julian Wolford. But yeah, it was amazing. It was a really, really weird experience. Because when I was talking, like, I was speaking really quiet, and she was like, "Darling, you need to speak up. I can't hear you. I hope you don't sing like this." And then and then I opened my mouth and started to sing, and then after she was like, "Okay, so you can sing." I was like, "Patti LuPone just said I can sing. Life complete." Like
put that on the spotlight.
Patti LuPone said I can sing. Special skills. Put a star next to it, love. Star on spotlight.
Who else have I met? I've met Jeremy Jordan.
I think one of the people I would love to meet. I don't know. I can't think of anyone specifically that I think I'd like. I'd die if I met them. But one person who I've played 3 or 4 roles that he's played, like the original roles of, and that kind of stuff. And I would love to either meet or work with Brian Darcy James.
Yeah, amazing.
Because I just think he is extraordinary. I loved him in Shrek. I love him in 13 Reasons Why as well as Hannah's dad.
He was the original
King George in Hamilton off Broadway, and I think Wild Party as well as Burrs. Is Burrs? I
think so.
I think it's Burrs.
Yeah.
But he's amazing. His career's, he's had a massive career, and I've heard as well through the grapevine that he's one of the nicest guys you could ever meet.
Yeah.
So
and he did Smash as well.
Yeah, he's just one person that I think he's not a household name as such. But for me, I would just love to even just to go out for a drink with him. Do you know what I mean? To go for a drink and be like, right, Brian, tell me about you then, and how the hell you did everything that you've done, because it seems like you've done everything.
I think I've been in touching distance of him. Oh my God, I would literally give my left arm to work with him or even meet him. Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh yeah.
Because he was.
We were both there on closing night of In the Heights.
In the Heights, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Philip?
Yeah, I was going to say, what about you? I mean, I'm assuming in your rather, large career. Large career? That's not the right word, but extensive career that you've had. Your large career, dear.
Oh, it's such a large career.
Oh, you've had a large career. You have. No, your extensive career.
Is that an innuendo, Aidan?
Oh. So your extensive career. You've worked with many people, but who is one person that to this day that you haven't met that you would drop everything to work with?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, shout. What a shout.
Well, she was supposed to be on the West End this year, wasn't she? Or is it next year?
Yeah.
Doing Sister Act.
I had tickets to go and meet and watch her show, Stephanie J. Block, which obviously got cancelled, but will be rescheduled. I've met Bernadette Peters, which was a wonderful moment in my life. I met Jerry.
Did you have tickets to Stephanie J. Block's solo show, the Cher show, you mean, on Broadway?
No, the solo show that came over here.
Yeah. Right, okay.
So Stephanie J. Block, but probably Whoopi. And then if I can have a little meet and greet with Whoopi at some point, I'll be very thrilled with life. But because I just love her. I think she's amazing. But that would be mine. But that was an interesting one, boys. Very good answers.
Awesome.
Yeah. We've met, I don't know how many times he's been on Broadway, but we've met Josh Groban, haven't we, Aidan?
Yeah, we both worked with Josh.
We were his choir members on his UK tour a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Which was an experience and a half.
Wait, did you do some amazing venues, I bet?
Oh, we did the Armadillo in Glasgow. What else did we do?
Birmingham Symphony Hall.
Manchester Arena. Was it Manchester Arena? We did do Manchester, but I can't remember where. What arena? Not
after one arena, they just go into
You've been to one arena, darling. You've been to all of them.
Was it?
Yeah, we did. We did Cardiff, Birmingham, Manchester. Have I said Nottingham?
No, you didn't. But
Nottingham and Glasgow.
Yeah.
No, dear.
And then they got another choir for London at the Palladium, which I was really pissed off about, but we won't talk about
that. I did the Palladium, and that was a moment. I loved doing the Palladium. That was great. That was a moment that was like my little bucket list, I just want to do the Palladium once.
Yeah. It's just one of those theatres that once you've said you've done it, it's just like, I was at the Palladium.
I really stagey. We were doing tech, and underneath the stage, there's a Judy Garland plaque right at the front of the stage centre. And I was quite unprofessional. And I walked to the front of the stage and started to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And they were like, Philip, what are you doing? I was like, I just want to say I've sung Somewhere Over the Rainbow on the same stage as Judy Garland.
That's one of those things, isn't it? It's just like, oh, I love things like that. It's just like a little bucket list thing that might mean nothing to somebody else, but to you, it can mean the world. You know, it's silly things.
All right, can you go back to your place? I was like, yeah. Got to live the dream.
How far did you get in? Did you get to of the song?
Oh, I think I probably did about 2 lines, but that's 2 lines.
That's good enough. It's good enough. You've sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Yeah, they're like
on the same stage as Judy Garland.
All right, cool. Sorry. Like, can't remember which show I'm doing now, Yeah, all fun and games, isn't it? All fun.
All fun and games. But yeah, Philip, you have been an absolute star, and you are a gem and the loveliest person. You're a lovely, lovely, lovely man.
Oh, show business.
But yeah, stop flirting, darling. Stop. Thank you so much for coming on. It really does mean the world, and it's lovely to get a bit of insight into your life, your career, and the Fosse Forest Ballet, which everybody will know a bit more about soon.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me, guys.
No, absolutely.
Absolute pleasure.
Coming on. It's been a real pleasure. The pleasure's been all ours.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much for having me. And yes, it's been fun. Even now, I don't know anything about Forest, Fosse, or ballet. Great.
Guys, but at least we're on the same team when it comes to not knowing anything about football. We'll just let Brad go and have his game of football. Straight over my head.
Mine too.
Guys, you might already, but go and follow Philip Joel on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and go and follow Fosse Forest Ballet as well. And check out his videos because they are top notch.
Yeah.
Cheers, my loves. Appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you so much, Philip.
You're more than welcome. Bye.
See you later.
Have a great day.
Bye.
What a gem.
Oh, he is the nicest.
Absolute gem. Oh my God, I love him. Guys, like we said, if you haven't already, go and follow Philip on all social media platforms. His Instagram videos, like we said, are amazing. And if you haven't seen them, go and check them out. Look out for anything news-based on Fosse Forest Ballet, which is going to be amazing. Yeah. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel because we are now over 100 subscribers. And
we've reached our 100, baby. You could be the next to be getting all these exclusives, Yeah. Don't miss out on this.
Oh, yeah. And our last video hit over 1,000 views as well. So we're getting there.
The only video that I haven't been involved in. Are you trying to tell me something?
No, we've missed you. I mean, like we said, I've missed you loads, mate. So it's good to have you back. It's great to have you back. But anyway, guys, thanks again so much for watching. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and make sure you subscribe. And go and follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well.
And we'll see you here same time next week, Sunday at 7 p.m. And there'll be an announcement very shortly of who's going to join us on next week's podcast. So look out for that on our social media pages, and we'll be sure to catch you here again same time next week.
Have a good day, guys. See you later.
Catch you later. Bye.